What is going on, snipers? Naeem Al-Obeidi here. I hope all of you guys are having a wonderful night or day. If you're watching this after it's already published, this is a live stream, so I do apologize if it is a long live stream. We're going to be referencing different things today. This is our price prediction series where we take requests from our users live, as well as go over other price predictions, especially Bitcoin, Ethereum, Nano, Litecoin today. We're going to be going over some major coins today as well. We're going to be referencing a couple different things, actually two different things today. If you guys are new here on Snipers Tube, we're going to be referencing our Discord. The link is in the description for that. You can actually find that right over here, description. If you guys are watching this on a different platform, you can actually just look at the top link and just follow that. And I'll kind of show you exactly how this Discord looks here so you have an idea. It's actually a community we've just built specifically for cryptocurrency enthusiasts that want to actually involve yourself in the community and gain knowledge in all reality. I mean, you can go to our breakout chat here and just look at all these different charts 24/7. We've got a voice chat going on. So I highly recommend it. Don't be stubborn if you guys haven't downloaded a new platform in a while. Just get the Discord. Highly recommend it. And then we're also going to be referring to our trade alerts. If you guys don't know where to get our trade alerts, we have just now added ICO alerts as well for the Sapphires and above. The link is in the description for that as well. It's patreon.com/snipers, and we have different tiers here. You guys can see we had a couple different trade alerts today. If you look at our ETH trade alert, actually, we just had today, I think this one already broke out. We have interactive charts that we post here for you guys with buy zones, sell zones, take profit zones. If you look at this one is just now in the buy zone. So if you guys are new, that is how you guys can access all of our resources and tools. And we're going to go ahead and get started and take our price predictions and start looking at charts today. So let's go ahead and dive right into it. So looking here at the Bitcoin chart, I'm actually going to pull up a couple different indicators here. If you guys are new to TradingView, this is a resource. It's free. Once again, the link is in the description below for this chart resource. We're actually going to be hovering right over here and right-clicking the chart. Let's go ahead and clear this up and move to our new chart layout for our live stream. And what we pretty much want to focus on today is potential breakouts. I think that's one of the largest, most talked about things, especially nowadays in cryptocurrency. I think people are all looking for the next breakout. So we'll go ahead and get these indicators posted here. Let me actually just grab this here to make sure this is actually working properly. All right, perfect here. So looking at this current chart, what I'll tell you right now with Bitcoin especially, Bitcoin is going to really take the whole market towards one direction. So we really want to follow this flag that's forming here. As you guys know, we predicted the $12,000 resistance level that we obviously saw resistance at, being the fact that this is the third time it's touched this top level based on this flag that has been forming. Now we're seeing some consolidation, and as you can see, it's starting to head back down. Let me go ahead and actually turn off all of my alerts here so that you guys aren't bombarded by these alerts here. So yes, now we're heading down, forming and completing this cup and handle. As you can see, we've got an initial breakout session. The cup base has formed already, and the handle is currently formed right now. If you guys don't know how cup and handle looks, on our Discord, you can actually pull up the cup and handle under resources here. If you go to Trading 101, you can actually go and look exactly at what the cup and handle indicates. It is a breakout pattern. You initially will have a breakout followed by this cup that forms with the cup neckline, I'd call it, and the resistance level at the same exact spot, or sometimes that can be tilted and slanted, and then a handle will form in which that will retrace back down to about halfway through where the cup is formed, and then we'll see that breakout. Actually, I'd say a little bit less than halfway, but looking at the current chart here, you can see obviously we're continuously in this downward trend right now. If we pull up the 1 hour chart and we look at the moving averages, you can see we have our 50-day, our 100-day, and our 200-day moving averages pulled up on this chart right now. If you right-click Insert Indicator, you guys can actually use the 3 moving averages indicator. That's the one that I like and the one that I prefer. And now you can see how we're starting to consolidate below the 200-day moving, actually below the 100-day moving average towards that 200-day moving average. But in my opinion, What we really want to watch for right now is a specific level here with Bitcoin, and that level is going to be 9,300 US dollars. I think 9,300 US dollars is really where Bitcoin will see either a breaking point or a reversal. And what I mean by that is, at this point, this is a little bit more than an ABC correction, in my opinion. I think this is, if we were to count this as an ABC correction, you can actually just count this like this. Now, once again, this is a very subjective type of count, but I would count this right here more of an ABC correction. This right here is a little bit more than just an ABC correction, which, in my opinion, now takes us off of this impulse wave into a whole new trend pattern that now we have to follow. So let's go ahead and take some questions here as we do our price predictions. I do want to go over Nano and some other coins here. I do want to check the chat, though, first and foremost, to see who we have online right now. Let's see what we've got going on here on the chat. Sorry, okay, let me pull that back up for you guys. Look at that. Joe T said, I used to cheer for it to go up. Now I cheer for it to go down. I like that. I really like that, actually, Joe, the fact that you said that, because I agree. It really gives us an opportunity to make some very smart trades. When prices are headed down, you can really find some great prices that will eventually yield you profits. I mean, in this downturn, I have made quite a bit of profits. Matter of fact, we predicted Bitcoin was going to be heading down to the 5,900 level, the 6,000 level, and bouncing. And because of that, I was able to get most of my positions around this area. And since we hit this top, I've been taking my profits, as I've already told you guys. As a swing trader in this market, I think the best type of trader you can be in this market is a swing trader, especially after we saw this huge downfall, being the fact that now we're looking to recover. In my opinion, we want to take advantage of the ups and downs of this market more than anything, because there's going to be a lot more profits between those minute amounts of gains. Here's something that I definitely want you guys to start getting in your heads, and that's really the mindset of a full-time trader. A full-time trader doesn't look for huge profits or huge breakouts. They're really focused on getting 1, 5, 10, maybe sometimes even like higher than that if you're a little bit more on the risky side. But I would say the traditional day trader, you're looking at 1 to 3% a day as something that's feasible and something that's pretty stout, in my opinion, because 1 or 3% a day on a large sum of capital could truly yield you a lot more than any job could, or let alone any investment account, any hedge fund, any mutual fund, if you truly know how to trade properly. And I think a big thing that I would strive for if I were you, it was something that I had the opportunity, and I was blessed to have the opportunity on October 19th of 2017. I was able to completely retire out of my full-time corporate job. I was working corporate sales, and that was because of trades on the cryptocurrency market and trading in general. That's what really drove me to start this channel. I mean, just having the freedom of being able to trade. I can trade anywhere in the world. You can trade anywhere in the world. All you need is a MacBook and a computer connection, right? A Wi-Fi connection. Not necessarily a MacBook, but I think that's one of the best trading computers. It's just so mobile, and the new ones are fairly fast. But anyways, now we're gonna get a ton of people saying Mac versus Windows. We don't want to hear that right now. But let's go ahead and see what we've got here on the chat. Who do we got online tonight? Got quite a few people here. Gabriel M. Leon says, "There's going to be a mastermind tonight at the gym. Want to know if I want to kick it into gear? LOL." We're going to be having a Sapphire and above mastermind tonight. And the reason being is we've just now added ICO alerts for Sapphires and above. So I want to have a quick night owl, quick mastermind with the Sapphires and above, just to have a little bit more of intimate session. So I can't wait for that. My Har is in the house. Claude, what's up, Mr. Daman? Good to have you, brother. Finally, back on. We got Xavier Rea here. Anas is in the house. F Google, man, you're funny. Clonius, Mac OP said, "Sup, Professor Naeem." Oh man, don't call me Professor. Somebody says, what's up from Australia? Jared Thompson. Man, those BitConnect videos are hilarious. Ruben is in the house. We got My Hair said, XRP, 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 just a thought. Dan Austin said, sup, bro. What do you think of Tether? I think Tether, in my opinion, if you guys don't know, the Wolf of Wall Street, shall we say, has been criticizing Tether and has really put it down quite a bit. And we've already seen the criticism on Tether. We've already seen the FUD on Tether. In my opinion, Brock Pierce is now involved with Tether. And, you know, being that Brock Pierce is involved with Tether, you know, I had a personal connection of mine in the cryptocurrency verse that actually relayed to me that Brock Pierce himself, he actually reached out to Brock Pierce and asked Brock Pierce about Tether, and Brock Pierce said that they have the money to back all of the Tether. They declined the audit. They did not want to have an audit because they were being asked to release transaction records, which they didn't want to release customer information, which I don't know if that's true or not. Don't hold me on that, but that was what my source said. So that's kind of my take on Tether. That was the most direct source I was able to get to the whole controversy. Other than that, I don't like to follow news. I don't like to follow the Bloomberg or the New York Times. Like, I just can't follow people that just want to make articles for traffic. You know, I'd rather find something from a source. So let's go ahead and, now that we've done Bitcoin, let's go ahead and see if Nano will pull up here. Let's do Nano Bitcoin here, do a quick price prediction here. So obviously Nano has had this run up here in Satoshi value over the past couple of hours. We can see MACD is a little bit high, RSI is high. I don't want to break or bust your bubble, but you guys kind of know what I'm going to kind of say here. But in my opinion, at this point, if you are going to invest, actually, maybe you guys don't know what I'm about to say. If you guys are investing in XRB, I would invest in this coin as a long-term hold. That's the one reason I would invest in this coin, not because I want to make a quick buck. And the reason I say that is Nano is an awesome coin. There's amazing infrastructure behind it. And in my opinion, has huge potential to gain more and more partnerships over the next couple of months with retailers, business to business, distributors, and individuals who want instant transactions, who want transactions with no fees, who don't want to have, I mean, there's just so many benefits to Nano. And I think as a platform and as a actual technology, it's a very, very attractive investment more than anything. So in the technical sense, obviously, I would say price levels are a little bit high from where they were previously, and we've already seen this run up. And if we pull up the 1 hour, you can see there's a bit of consolidation here, a little bit of a bull flag. I think prices will continue to go up only because of the fundamental sense of Nano. I don't think there's a technical aspect to this or a technical reason to this. I think it's more of a fundamental sense. That's why we saw parabolic growth with Nano. If you guys pull up CoinMarketCap, highly recommend you guys check out this white paper. It would really, really help a lot of you guys. If you guys don't know, Nano was actually rebranded into Nano. Before it was called Rayblox. So if you guys remember XRB, there has been a little bit of drama with it. There was, an exchange. A lot of it has been stolen. There was a lot of things to it. But at the end of the day, the technology behind it, in my opinion, is superb and second to none. And I think that they have a great mission. You can see it's 16% up in Satoshi value right now. This might not be the Nano chart here for some reason. I don't know. It doesn't look like a Nano chart. 16% up in the past 24 hours. Why is it showing like that? This should have a little bit more parabolic growth there. But if we pull up the CoinMarketCap, you can see we're at $1.3 billion right now at 126 million in volume over the past 24 hours. So I think XRB Nano is, in my opinion, more of a long-term hold than anything. So he says, BitGrill, I lost a lot of Nano. Yeah, I know. It's unfortunate, Francis McFadden. That's why you have to be cautious in this market. There's a lot of things that are going to come up like that, and don't expect that to slow down. I can guarantee you that. Even with regulation, we're going to see a lot of this overseas, over the borders. So expect to see stuff like that. Somebody said, love from Chicago. Thank you, Frank. Somebody says, why people always wish BTC dropped to 3K when is above 10K? I don't know. Good question. Somebody says, are we on a downtrend or not? We're obviously on a downtrend for Bitcoin, but in my opinion, once again, you want to get good prices when you start seeing prices drop. You want to get discounted prices. Nobody here wants to buy at a premium, right? And I see a lot of people do that. A lot of amateur traders make the same mistake, and that's to buy in the green and sell in the red. And one of the most simple, basic ideologies, in my opinion, is to buy in the red and sell in the green. Buy in the discounted rates and then sell where it's at a premium. It's one of the most fundamental aspects of trading, and I highly recommend you guys take that and run with it. So let's pull up our next coin here. We'll do ETH BTC, and we'll do this one in just a second. For those of you guys watching this after it's published, you guys are like, man, just do the analysis already. Let's take some user requests here. We got I'm All In, Sagewall, Abraham in the house, Joe T, Dino, Chris Paredes in the house, Daniel Bastidas, Naoto, Kind Media, Eric Avereta, Dan Austin. Said, any good book recommendations on trading? Dan Austin. Yeah, man, we actually have a helpful read section here on our Discord. You can actually look here for a ton of different books that we have. You can see one of my favorites here is Principles by Ray Dalio. It combines fundamental along with personal, along with technical analysis, all in one book. He was one of the largest hedge fund managers, or one of the most successful hedge fund managers in the world, ran one of the largest hedge funds called Bridgewater. His name is Ray Dalio. Highly recommend checking that book out. And we got a couple other trading books, candlestick books, psychological trading books on our Discord, so I highly recommend that. Somebody says, such a great and powerful last name. Somebody says, can we predict anything price trends through the depth chart? There you go. You never can predict price not necessarily momentum, but magnitude, but you can always determine price movements using indicators and technical analysis. Somebody says, I'm new. How did you learn so much about finance? Did you go to university to learn? No, I actually learned most of this through traditional markets and Forex. I started trading crypto around 2014, seriously trading. I bought my first Bitcoin around 2010 when I used to take payments as a machinima director. But outside of that, I was primarily trading Forex and traditional markets and gaining my day trading knowledge from there, which gave me a knowledge of patterns and technical analysis and such. Somebody says, what's up, brother? Book giveaway, Stefan wants to get the book. Sam Smith said, Deep Onion. Might do a video on that one soon. Somebody says, hi, Naeem, when market is going down, how do you hedge? Do you use USDT? Good question. I would say the best hedge, one hedge, in my opinion, that has recently came about has been Ethereum. If you look at the one-day chart here, when you do a comparison here with Bitcoin, Ethereum has acted like a pretty good hedge against Bitcoin over the past couple of weeks. You can see here, as Bitcoin went down, if you're looking at this chart, as soon as Bitcoin started heading down, Ethereum had this huge run-up. So there's a lot of different ways to hedge. I think the safest in this market is obviously USD, because a lot of coins follow Bitcoin. Even Ethereum can't hold up against Bitcoin. But in my opinion, there are starting to become more and more hedges against Bitcoin. Another one would be Neo, which we're going to do a price prediction of here as well. You can see how Neo also acts as a hedge against Bitcoin alongside with Ethereum. So these are two coins here, in my opinion, that can act like a hedge against Bitcoin. So, and it's typically coins that can be useful, right? Coins that actually have utility. So Neo, EOS, Stellar, Ethereum all fall under the same umbrella, where you can actually build decentralized applications on top of these platforms. Those are the ones that you typically see acting as a hedge against Bitcoin, because the success of those coins aren't determined by Bitcoin as much as they're determined by the actual ICOs that occur on those platforms, because that's really where the coins are in use. It's in a fundraising method. So that's kind of the reason why that happens. So this says, hi, bro, what do you think about natural gas? I I think natural gas, I think gold, silver, all of that, I think that's great. I think you can invest in traditional, investments like that. But cryptocurrency, in my opinion, has the most potential for the next 10 to 20 years in terms of market growth, just like the dot-com era where in 2000 you had all of these dot-com companies just come out of nowhere. You had companies just switching their name, putting .com at the end and saying, we're the next revolution. And that now, 10 years later, has created some of the largest companies in the world, including Apple and Amazon and companies of that nature, the big four: Apple, Amazon, Google, and Facebook. So somebody says, got to study the waves, guys. Dino. Yeah, we actually have a great Elliott waves tutorial that was just made by one of our analysts, Marcus Costa. I highly recommend checking that out. So let's go ahead and do a quick NEO analysis here. So I did call a trade alert here on NEO. The reason being so is it's looking like it's acting as a hedge once again against Bitcoin. You can see some upward price movements while Bitcoin is starting to consolidate. But not only that, we're bouncing off of this 50-day moving average, which to me isn't a bad place to buy, because in the 50-day or the 100-day, typically, especially with a coin that has strong fundamental support, in my opinion, NEO has tremendous fundamental support right now. I don't see too much negative coming out about NEO. Matter of fact, a lot of platforms are starting to come out. A lot of ICOs are starting to be developed on the NEO platform, and in that sense, I think that the 50-day moving average is a great area to purchase and put in a buy position here, because you can always set up a stop loss under there, right? If it drops below the 50, it's probably going to head down to the 100. So I like buying at the 50. So I posted a trade alert here, but it was more of a fundamental trade alert in my opinion, being the fact that I feel like NEO over the next couple of months could really see itself in the top 5 in total cryptocurrency market capitalization. I think it could really start to, run its way up. And the developers behind NEO, they've already got a platform that can be developed on, a platform that's feasible and usable. You can see there's tons of different ICOs. You can even go on the NEO App Store if you wanted, right? You go to NEO App Store. You can actually pull up the NEO App Store here. Let's do NEO Coin App Store. NEO Crypto. So if you go on their website, I don't know if you guys know this, but they have a foreign website, so you have to type it in a certain way. But if you actually go here to DApps, they have their own app store. So you can see all of the different applications already built on NEO. So I think as this list grows, prices for NEO are going to also increase, and I think that will eventually take it to the top 5 and put it right into competition with Ethereum. I think Ethereum will stay on top. I mean, Ethereum has a lot more development behind it. It has a lot more years behind its belt. It has Vitalik Buterin behind it, and Vitalik is a very smart individual. So he's a great leader in my opinion. Started Ethereum at 19 years of age. So in a fundamental sense, I can definitely see NEO starting to step into that top 5 area alongside with Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash, Ripple, Ethereum, and Bitcoin. So would you guys rather have Ripple or NEO in the top 3? Let's take a quick poll here. Let's see what people say. Would you rather have Ripple or NEO? Somebody says EOS is a definite long-term hodl. Yes, for sure, Robert. I agree with that. Somebody said Tron. I don't know about that. Somebody says XRP. Myhar. Somebody said NEO. Robert said NEO. C. Schrader. Kelly said NEO. Krishan. Let's see. Gage. Jono said NEO. Paul said Nano. Top 3. I could see now getting in the top 10 eventually. Katie said BCC, Bitcoin Cash. Raphael said NEO. Stefan said NEO. Azumi said TRX. I don't know about TRX. Gage said Cardano. Luke said XR to the P. Julio Torres said NEO. Samuel said Cardano. I don't mind Cardano in the top 10. Jay Martyr said high power blockchain. Let's see. Craig said NEO. Sam Smith said NEO. Big Fat NEO all day long. Lyndon said Icon. Interesting. Interesting. All right. Good one. A1 said LTC. Paul305 said Neo. That's good. Dart Malone said Neo definitely. Look at that confidence too. Donald said, "What's wrong with Tron?" Oh man, I don't want to get into Tron. Nothing wrong against Tron. I have nothing against Tron. I just think Tron has some years to go. That's all I have to say. I think it has some more development. I think it has a lot more development that needs to be done. I think it has a little bit more time to really create an intrinsic value behind its product, because you look at the top 6 right now, and most of them, if not all of them, have some sort of intrinsic value, right? You look at Bitcoin, Ethereum, right? Bitcoin, storage of value. Ethereum is where you build ICOs. Most ICOs are built on Ethereum, right? D applications, Ripple, banking, right? Bitcoin Cash, direct competition against Bitcoin to actually be used as a peer-to-peer currency, what Bitcoin was meant to do. Litecoin has been around pretty much since Ethereum has been around in 2013, and has almost created more adoptability than most of the coins in the market other than Bitcoin, and even can challenge Ethereum in my opinion, but not necessarily. But Litecoin is accepted in many different exchanges compared to a lot of other coins. Cardano as well, building itself its own reputation. So you see all of this intrinsic value, and that's what I look for, right? That's what I look for any coin that I'm holding long term. It's that intrinsic value, that true value, that value that can stay for time and time again, just like Amazon. Amazon started with selling books, and then now they transitioned to everything. And that's because it gave itself time to evolve once it became a market leader, became a dominant force in the market. So very important to notate that. Somebody said your ETH trade alert is breaking out. Yes, it is. Let's actually look at that real quick. If we go to our ETH trade alert we posted today, we actually do an interactive chart now on our trade alerts. But yeah, it is breaking out. Yeah, look at that. Yep, it's in the buy zone now. So you can see it's currently in the buy zone. In my opinion, this is exactly what we're going to see ETH do. We're going to see it pop up, in my opinion, as soon as it starts to pass this line right here. It's going to start seeing a lot more momentum. I think we're going to go back up to this level, probably test this resistance right here that we found previous resistance at, probably drop back down a little bit, bounce off of that, and then I would actually want to draw a Fibonacci retracement on that to really get a better idea of where things are going to be headed for ETH. And we're going to do our technical analysis for it right now, actually. So let's actually pull up the Fibonacci retracement. If you guys are new here, or you guys are new to trading, just pull up the third line here, click Fib retracement, or Fibonacci retracement here, and then you want to either use the top of the candle wicks or the top of the candle body. I like to use the body for the most part on the 1 day. Well, actually, let's pull up the 1 day here. Well, we can actually do a 6 hour. I think a 6 hour would be appropriate for this chart. And then we'll do a Fibonacci retracement here on the 6 hour. And you can see here, oh yeah, that's actually a nice one. We can actually right click. Let's extend this over to the left hand. If you right click settings here, you can actually extend lines to the reverse side. And I'm pretty sure you can. Why is it not doing that? Oh man, how do you extend it on the left hand side? Typically it works with price oscillators. All right, well, reverse. All right, so we'll have to look at this like this, and we'll just kind of move things here. I want to just look at this retracement. So you can see here with the Fibonacci retracement, we bounced off here. We found some support right on this Fibonacci level. This is what the Fibonacci is good for. You see this yellow zone here? This is what Fibonacci does. You can see how we found support. See this green candlestick that just came out of nowhere? It was because we went right into that Fibonacci level where we found a little bit of support where he popped up, but then it broke through, went back down, bam, the green candlestick right on the Fibonacci line. That's why this is a very important price indicator. You can actually even see here with this Fibonacci zone, we found some real good support 3 times in a row here. Bounced off, bounced off, bounced off. That would probably be a significant resistance level at this point if we saw prices starting to head back up. So we'll probably head back up to around here, see some resistance here, drop a little bit back towards this green Fibonacci retracement, and then hopefully continue its rally up. But I definitely am optimistic about Ethereum. If you pull up the 1-day chart too, you can see with the moving averages, we just bounced off of this 200, this 100-day moving average. I like that. I like the fact that we bounced off that 100-day because that also tells me that we're most likely headed back towards that 50-day now that we're pretty much past going back down to those levels. So that's kind of where I'd say Ethereum is headed over the next couple of days. Definitely optimistic about it, especially because of the way it acts against Bitcoin and how Bitcoin is acting right now. If Bitcoin starts to see lower price levels, when that happened to the prior sense, Ethereum's Satoshi value increased substantially. So that would be a good thing in that case. And I think if Bitcoin starts heading to around 9,300, I'm going to be hedging a lot with Ethereum more than anything, rather than just USD fiat cash, because that's also an opportunity to gain more Satoshi value and then end up with more profits at the end. So somebody says, how much of an impact do you think LitePay will have? Luke Tree. I think it'll have a significant impact, but I don't think it's going to be anything, like mind-blowing, At the end of the day, it's another feature. It's just something that I'm expecting for Litecoin. Litecoin is already valued at such a high amount, and that's kind of just part of the cycle of this, if we want to look at it as a company, right? Litecoin is at $10 billion right now in total market capitalization. As a $10 billion company, I hope you have like tools and such as LitePay, right? And like that's kind of how I look at it. Like for example, Ripple at $37 billion right now. I hope they have done at least one banking transfer with their XRP token, So it's almost like saying, well, like, how do you feel that Ripple is adding, this new franchise bank to their chain? It's cool. Yeah, Ripple might go up a couple dozen percent, but is it like life-changing? Like, is Litecoin going to become number one because of LitePay? I don't think that's going to happen, but I definitely think Litecoin is going to see more adoptability, obviously, because it's going to be open to more adoption in the first place. That's going to allow it to become more of a prominent, player in the market. So I think LitePay is good. I think anything that creates more user adoption is good. So somebody says, buy the hype, guys. Yes, buy the hype, sell the news, Dino. Yeah. I was actually telling people to buy LTC a couple months back about LitePay, because LitePay is now everywhere. Everybody's talking about LitePay now, and I say buying the hype, don't buy in the news. Somebody says, you don't see LTC? No, I see LTC doing good. Nothing wrong with it. I'm not against LTC at all. Somebody says, LTC is the best. Charlie is a god and knows what real business is, not like scammy Justin's son. That's a very strong opinion. Somebody said, April 20th, Bitcoin will be $25,000. What if Marianne is on the dot correct? I'll send you a book. We'll do a book giveaway today, by the way. Somebody says, it's going to buy me a yacht. That would be nice. Could you get me a yacht too? That'd be cool. I don't know if I'd want a yacht. It's a lot of maintenance. I'd just sell it, buy more Bitcoin. Somebody said, LOL. Yes. About time, playa, Joe T. Somebody says, good to see you, broski. You too, Scotty. What's up, brother? Good to have you, man. Man, Scotty's been he's been watching our streams since we had like 10 viewers. Somebody says, give me Tron. Just get a Lambo. C. Schrader, Sam Smith now, Stephen Gage. Why don't we go ahead? Johan said, live crypto sessions on a yacht. Let's go ahead and do a Litecoin analysis here. Carlos Jim just requested this. Let's do a Litecoin analysis. Now we've done Ethereum here. So looking at Litecoin, the first thing I want to draw out right now is the Fibonacci retracement for Litecoin. I don't typically start with the Fibonacci retracement, but in this case I am going to, just because of where Litecoin's price currently is at. I think we'll draw this out like this. We can actually we'll do a Fibonacci retracement on a 1 hour actually, so we can get a little bit more of some recent price action here. So if we do the Fibonacci retracement on this right now, you can see we found a little bit of support here on the yellow. Let's also go ahead and use this EMA. If you guys know what the EMA is, it's the exponential moving average. It's actually this light blue line here in the back. You want to set your exponential moving average. Let me go ahead and actually pull up the settings for you. If you pop this open, the input length is at 9. If you right click insert indicator, it's actually called the moving average exponential. So exponential moving average or moving average exponential, depending on which chart you're using. But you can see here with Litecoin, we're seeing this descending triangle form. Nothing wrong with that. It can always break out after that. But you can see there is a descending triangle forming here. Found some support right around, it looks to be about 1.9 million Satoshis. So I would draw that out like that. And looking at this chart, doesn't look like we're going to see further downside in my opinion, at least in Satoshi value for Litecoin. In my opinion, looking at this, we should eventually see the bottom because we're acting all below 59 RSI levels, which means that we're acting on the ladder or the lower part of the RSI. If you guys don't know how to use the RSI, this determines whether something is overbought or oversold. If it's over 70, it's overbought. If it's under 30, it's oversold. So anything that's overbought, you obviously don't want to buy more of that. If it's oversold, you want to buy some. So when it's under 30, it's good. You can see here, the RSI went under 30 for a second here, and then we saw this huge price increase, right? You see the RSI went under 30, huge price increase. That's how you use the RSI. So you can see here, we didn't necessarily go below 30 in RSI. I would keep this baby simple. I would keep this analysis simple. I would say this, get your buy position in under 30 RSI. I would just say that. If it's a descending triangle, wait for it to find its bottom, right? When the coin finds its bottom, you're going to have the opportunity to make some profits because at the bottom, what's going to happen? It's going to go up because it's at the bottom. So that's pretty much what I would say for Litecoin at this point, at least on the 1 hour. If we pull up the 1 day chart here, you can see we're quite a bit away from that 50-day moving average, which is probably correlated with the decline in price that we're seeing from these highs. Not that Litecoin is not worth these higher values, but I think we need the moving average to really start to catch up with it, which in the fundamental or psychological sense is the market sentiment. So hopefully that can occur, and that will allow Litecoin's price to really recharge itself to see a really significant run-up rather than these mini run-ups that it's been seeing over the past couple of weeks. Somebody says, what do you think about Deep Onion and other privacy cryptocurrencies? I think Deep Onion is the best promoted cryptocurrency in the world. I have these users on YouTube that literally will comment like 3, 4, 5 paragraph comment, and they're all different, they're all good, they're all like actual like comments with good information, and at the end they mention Deep Onion. So like I feel like somebody is paying people to literally comment about Deep Onion on every single one of my videos. Literally hundreds of comments like this, people like all different accounts. So I think it's one of the most promoted coins in the world, best promoted coins in the world, at least user promoted. But as a in all reality, I would say I like privacy coins. I think there's a huge need for it. If you guys don't know, you send a Bitcoin transaction to anyone, they can go ahead and look at all of your transactions that you've ever had, at least from that wallet. So it's not private whatsoever. Monero is private. Monero is a lot more developed than Deep Onion. I think Monero is the leading privacy coin right now, but it will obviously have competition. Coins like Verge and PivX and coins like even Dash has a privacy aspect to it. But Deep Onion, in my opinion, I don't want to speak too much about it because I don't have as much knowledge about that privacy coin as others, because it's just hasn't really reached market. I guess in terms of promotion, it's reached pretty good promotion, but I probably should do a little bit more research on Deep Onion, to be quite frank, and maybe I'll get a video on that coming up on this channel. Just because of those stupid comments that I get, I'll make a video about it. But anyways, somebody says more than 12,000 members in just 8 months. That is impressive. If somebody says, come on, dude, you're saying that because you didn't check the Deep Onion community. Wow, I guess Deep Onion is great. Wow. Deep Onion is NSA. Somebody said. Somebody says, by the way, Naeem, thank you for the last night Ruby podcast. Cannot wait for the website. For sure, Julio. Thank you, man. Yeah, we are having a Sapphire and Above Night Owl tonight, being that we've just added ICO alert for all Sapphires. So that's going to be on the Sapphire and Above Discord chat, just so you guys know. When you go on Discord, just go up here into Sapphire Plus. Oh, we already got one guy in here. Sapphire Plus here, and we're going to be under this chat. So I'll see you guys in there tonight after this live stream. We're going to be doing that. It's going to be more of an intimate session than our typical masterminds. So he says, I prefer Deep Cucumber. The Onion comes from the Onion browser. If you guys don't know, like, where it's Tor basically, right? So Tor, there's like .onion websites. If you ever heard of like the Silk Road, that was a .onion website because it's pretty much untrackable. So it's what privacy coins use. Some of them use the technology from Tor, like Verge uses the I2P protection that Tor offers. So somebody says, dude, I'm a U.S. Coast Guard captain. I'll drive your boat. Brian Land. Thank you for your service, Brian. U.S. Coast Guard, baby. I like it. Somebody says, intimate session, LOL. Joe T. Do you know the definition of intimate, Joe? The definition of intimate here is closely acquainted, familiar, and close. There's nothing wrong with that, man. Private and personal. A very close friend. Come on. Don't think wrong. Somebody says, why no one knows who's Satoshi Nakamoto? Is he going to pull the plug on Bitcoin one day? He can't pull the plug on Bitcoin one day. It's a mathematical equation. It's data. You can't just pull a plug on a mathematical equation. That's the power of Bitcoin. That's the reason it's so secure and unfungible and forgeable, because of its properties that don't allow it to be, quote unquote, destroyed, unless there was a 51% attack. If you guys don't know what that is, that's where it's pretty much it's a mining thing where there's more hash power allocated towards a certain area that can, fraud transactions, but that won't happen because there's so much hash power from so many different areas in the world that unless everything was to wipe out, then that's when something could happen. Somebody says, I love how you read BS comments and not the legit ones. John Sabroso. John, I love how you assume that the world revolves around you. I'm being honest, John. Sorry, I don't know if you're a fan. You might be a diamond Patreon, but the world doesn't revolve around any one person here. I can't take every single comment, obviously. I'm just looking at my screen, taking the best comments that I find. Somebody says, I like the sport coat, but lapels too wide. You need slimmer lapels for more modern look. How about I just take the coat off, man? Why do you want to criticize my coat? I'll take my coat off. How about that? Unbutton my buttons, roll my sleeves up. Somebody says, Naeem is a savage. Sniper out. Dino DeBerry. Johnson, John, sorry, man. Somebody says, boom, headshot. Hey, bro, I'm 16. Has an investment of 1,500. That's impressive at 16, man. Good for you. I'm still holding. Awesome. Somebody says, take your shirt off, too. I'm fine. I don't need to do that. I don't want to make this video go viral. Somebody says, I think I'll go on Deep Onion now. Like you said, the project is good. Also search for details about it. I agree. You know what? Comeback just mentioned something really big. He just said, I think I'm going to go look at Deep Onion. Everybody's talking about it, right? Guess what? The best investment I ever made was, so far till this day, was Electroneum. Not the best investment, I guess. I'd probably say Bitcoin was my best investment since I've had it for so long. But Electroneum has been one of the best ICOs that I've had experience with. And it was for one reason alone. And this is going to help a lot of you guys. But I was able to make huge returns on Electroneum, which I still have my Electroneum. I'm still buying more, as a matter of fact. But even with the market corrections that we've seen, Electroneum has still stood up in terms of, at least in my portfolio, as one of the highest profiting ICOs I've ever participated in. And it was for one reason alone. It was called hype. Talk about hype. Buy the hype, sell the news. Here's what I'll tell you. Electroneum, when it was in its ICO phase, they were giving out like 40% bonuses, 30% bonuses, 20% bonuses. If you guys don't know how ICOs work, you know what? We had an ICO alert today. I mean, I'm not always going to do this, but I don't mind showing you guys at least this last ICO alert that we had. But, you know, for Sapphires and above, we're going to have ICO alerts. And, you know, we have all these descriptions on them. I don't mind showing you guys a demo of what Sapphire and above looks like, right? So when you pull up the ICO here, typically ICOs will have periods of time where they're giving bonuses, right? So you can see here, this is early bird, early hamster, early panda, early snail, bonus, bonus, bonus. So in Electroneum's scenario, Electroneum had these bonuses, 40% bonus. Let's say I bought 100 Electroneum tokens, I would get 140. So number one, they had bonuses. Number two was an ICO. Number three, it got so much hype. Everyone was talking about it. It was on Twitter, it was on Facebook, it was on YouTube, it was everywhere, just like Deep Onion. And everyone was saying this is going to be a great, huge project. Matter of fact, the first video on this channel I made was about Electroneum because I saw all the hype about it. And it was like one of my highest viewed videos for the first 3 or 4 months for my or the first month my channel was up, because we saw some growth pretty fast, thankfully, and you know, and blessedly. But with Electroneum, it was because of the hype. So there's nothing wrong with buying into the hype, just don't buy into the news. And what I mean by that is look at the community. Look at what the community is talking about. Don't look at what the news stations are talking about. The news stations get the news last. The community gets the news first. So Electroneum, in my opinion, was a very successful ICO for me. And because of that, it's really given me this keen eye for ICOs that I hear about and I look at. And I've had the ability to have quite a bit of success with ICOs. I've had some bad ones in the past. Some of them, I haven't had any scams, at least that I've been participating in. I haven't had like frauds and stuff, just because, you know, for me, that's a little bit easier to spot. And I do a lot of research on my ICOs. I do a lot of team research. I look at a lot of you know, past projects that individuals of the team have worked on, at least the executive level, such things of that nature. So he says, "Names, when Ultra Diamond and Grandmaster ranks coming out, DPR?" Sooner or later. Sooner or later. The only reason we do that is we need more exclusivity. The reason I have Sapphires and above getting the ICO alerts is because, not because I'm trying to hold information back, it's just there's certain information that I just can't give out to everyone. Because, like, for example, the ICO alerts for the Patreons, the Sapphires, the reason I have to keep that to Sapphires is because I'm focused on actually giving alerts for ICOs that are still in their pre-sales, at least sometimes in the whitelist, which the whitelist is a very limited list that will come out and it will give individuals the prices that accredited investors get. And it's a way to kind of balance the accredited investors versus the retail investors. And then there's also the bonuses that also have caps to them. So if you look at this ICO that I posted here, the reason I can't post this to everyone in the world is because if you open up the ICO here, you can see that there's a limited quantity of ICO tokens being sold for the certain phase that it's in. So if I just release that to everyone and it sells out, it doesn't give everyone in the Sapphire or in whatever tier the ability to invest properly into it. And I want to post ICOs that are still in their whitelist phase, that are still in their pre-ICO phase, because it gives a little bit more leverage when ICO actually releases into the exchanges. Gives you a little bit more leverage to keep your profits high, being the fact that you got them at such a discounted rate, or in this case, you get bonuses. So that makes up for any losses. And that's why with Electroneum, I'm never down. I can't be down. By the way, here's a good point. Electroneum's ICO was for a fraction of a cent. It's at 7 cents right now, even though it's 10% down over the past 24 hours, and it's still at 7 cents. I'm still at a 7x plus profit. So that's the power of these ICOs, and that's why with Blocklancer, I mean, look how close we are to hitting that soft cap, and then it's going to transition into the early panda cell. So that's why I have to keep things exclusive for certain people, and it's pretty cool to do that. You know, even with the trade alerts, there's a certain exclusivity to do it because it's not a pump and dump, right? It's a trading alert. Like if you look at any of our trading alerts, none of them are pump and dumps. Like if you actually go to our trading alerts and look at them, like I'll pull one up right here. One of my Let's see. Some of these haven't popped yet. I know. Let's see. Which one of these has popped? I know this one here, I think has. This one right here popped. So check this out. There's a difference between a pump and dump and a trading alert, right? So a pump and dump will literally pump a coin up, but a trading alert is different because you're using technical analysis. When you're using technical analysis, there's a different aspect to it because now you're not just going off of hype, you're actually going off of actual technicals, which can sustain themselves unlike hype. So you can see here, this is an example. Like, look, it's not a pump and dump. It goes up and it stays up. Even in the downtrend, look at that. Take profit zone. It's still, so the goal is to be aware. Be aware, be cautious of your moves. Somebody says oh, thank you, Jono, for the super chat. For your efforts in building such a great community, don't spend it all on ETH. All right, fine. I'll buy some BCT or BTC. Dog lover. What's up? What's up? What's up? Deep Onion. So he says, love your show. Just giving my support. Also, have you heard of the STK token? Do lemon. Thank you, man, for the kind words. The STK token I've never heard of. No. I'm looking at it right now by Stack. I'll look into that. I've got the tab open here. Somebody says, Data Dash or Naeem? I love Data Dash. He's a great guy. There's a lot of great YouTubers out there. Naeem should start dressing like DiCaprio in Wolf of Wall Street. Naeem is the Ric Flair of the Sniper's Tube team. Oh, man. You're funny. The Ric Flair. Somebody says, isn't he supposed to have blonde hair by now? I did have blonde hair for one video. Somebody says, Naeem, take your shirt off. Somebody said 500 likes to take your shirt off. Deal. We'll do 500. Now, oh my God. Look, every time I say that, the likes start soaring through the roof. That is ridiculous. You guys just want me to embarrass myself. Last time the first time I went bald, I didn't go bald. I had to shave my head. Second time, I had to dye my hair blonde, and now you guys are telling me to take my shirt off. But I'll do 500 for a shirt off. We don't have. I don't think we have nearly as much viewers as we usually have here. Somebody says, "What's up? What's up, BitConnect scammers?" Oh man, everybody's on that BitConnect thing. Somebody says, "When am I gonna take that shirt off?" Big B's in the house. Good to have you on, Big B. Somebody says, we love you, bro. Anyway, I'll wait your review about Deep Onion. Now I got to do a Deep Onion review. I'm fine with it. You know, I really want to start doing more ICO reviews and stuff like that. Being the fact that I'm starting to look at more ICOs, especially for our trade alerts, because now it's becoming something that, you know, the community is benefiting off of, and that's something that really touches me in the heart. Being able to help people, you know, like people don't have time to sometimes go through ICOs and go through stuff, but they want to participate in this community, in this movement, and highly recommend it. So let's look at somebody said, let's take a request. Why don't we take a coin request? You guys want to post your request here? We'll do a request instead of just picking one. Let's post some coin requests, guys. Somebody says 1,000 likes to keep that shirt on. Somebody says he'll log off at 499 likes. No, if we hit 500, we'll go. That's for sure. Trust me. I don't play around. Somebody said icon. Somebody says there's no option for super chat on mobile device, but I'll send you $50 to talk about Deep Onion. I don't know as much about Deep Onion as I want to, so that's just the truth. I don't want to talk about something I don't know much of, because that's incompetence, which means I don't have the confidence to talk about it, and I don't want to talk about something I don't have confidence about. So give me time to do a research, a real in-depth research analysis on Deep Onion, and we can talk more about it. Obviously, it's getting a lot of hype, so that shows something alone right there. So somebody said, we did Neo, we did Litecoin. Did we do Litecoin? Yeah, we just did Litecoin. We did Ethereum, right? Didn't we just do Ethereum? Why are you guys requesting the same coins over and over? Yeah, we did Ethereum. We talked about Ethereum's price levels. BTC, Nano. We did Nano. Vechain. Andy said Vechain. Let's do VEN BTC here. See what's happening here. So I actually set up this little alert here. Let me delete that. Looking at VEN, you can see we've got a small mini pennant forming here. If you guys don't know what a pennant is, you're looking at ascending support levels and descending resistance levels to identify a pennant. And that's on the 1 day. It looks like it's more so on the hourly chart. So we'll have to pull up the hourly chart to really get an in-depth view of this pennant. But if you guys want to know how the pennant is formed, there are some converging lines involved. If you go to our Trading 101 area here on our Discord, you can actually see exactly how the pennant is formed here with the convergence in the resistance and the support level coming together, forming almost like a wedge. So that's how a pennant is formed, typically from an uptrend, finding a little bit of support and seeing that descending resistance and ascending support is the key factor here when looking for a pennant. So pulling up the 1 hour, we can see a better view of this pennant. You can actually draw this up like that. It's a very steep pennant, actually. Matter of fact, this actually needs to go a little bit further out. This is not looking too snazzy here. I would actually draw this out like this. Sorry, I'm on my trackpad right now. But I would draw this pennant out like this on the 1 hour. And then with this ascending support level, it's actually a very steep ascent, which is actually a good thing in a pennant. It shows some strength. So you can see we've got that steep ascending support level. I would draw that out right like that. And now this pennant is starting to converge into the apex, which is the end of any wedge. The apex is this area right here. As something gets closer to the apex, it starts to build pressure. As pressure builds, it gives it time. It gives it the potential to break out. It's like a pressure cooker. You ever had your parents tell you back in the day, you have your pressure cooker on, you never want to leave it on because too much pressure that builds up will blow it up. You ever heard of pressure cooker bombs? Same thing here. So when something gets closer to the apex, which is where it builds pressure, it has more of a potential to break out. So hopefully this is helping some of you guys. Somebody says lagging. Hopefully it's not lagging. Somebody says Elliott waves for days, big A. Elliott waves are very subjective. That's why I don't like going much into them, because it's subjective rather than actual concrete analysis. There's nothing wrong with Elliott waves. I use them too. So somebody said, looking forward to the Deep Onion review. Yeah, it's definitely going to come. Trust me. Because maybe all those people that were commenting aren't promoters and actual users. That would be awesome. Your video is really lagging. Audio is fine, though. Great info. Thanks, man. Sorry about that. Hopefully this is a little bit better. Somebody said lagging big time. Lag. Sorry about that. I don't know why. It shouldn't be lagging. You're very welcome, Andy. Thank you, man. So yeah, I mean, I would say there may be a potential breakout to incur here. Not only that, if you look at Satoshi levels here on a 4 hour, we can actually pull up the Satoshi chart here. I would want to pull it up to see what it's doing since January 21st. So if we go down to these lower lows, you can see we're kind of stepping into this green zone, but then finding that resistance coming back down. That's really why that it makes sense now why the pennant's forming, actually. I can definitely see this starting to trend up. It looks like it's continuously building support. What I like about this pennant is you can see is it bounced 4 times here, all within the same support line. And not only that, it's in a trend, it's in a channel. So you can even draw this channel out here. So a lot of good signs here for VEN. Matter of fact, as we start to conclude this live stream, we're going to be heading over to our night owl. I want to mention where I think the most profits are going to come from this market in its current state. And in my opinion, you guys want to start watching Bitcoin Satoshi values. You want to get on CoinMarketCap, type or click BTC here and start looking at Satoshi. Oh, look at that. They got XRP now. Now you can look at XRP BCH values. That is awesome. That's going to change the market a lot. Look at that. All these coins against BCH. But right now we want to focus on Satoshi value, being the fact that Bitcoin is still top dog. And I think that's where we're going to see the majority of the green in the market at least in the next couple of days, and hopefully in the next couple of days, because if Bitcoin starts to head below 9,300, I want to keep you guys updated right now on this so that you guys aren't coming back to me saying, hey, I didn't know this was going to happen, but it may drop further if it goes below 9,300. But hopefully it can find some more ground for itself. Hopefully it can find some support and then pull something that I would call remarkable and break through this flag. That would really be the ideal position for Bitcoin right now, is to just break through this flag. Once it breaks through, it will give us a lot more confidence in terms of the future of where Bitcoin is going to be headed and getting out of this pattern here that's in a decline. So typically with a flag, you will see it break somewhere sometime, right? If you look at any flag, if you pull up our resource here that shows a flag, you can see typically it's supposed to break. So if the flag forms as it's supposed to, you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then it breaks out. So hopefully we can see that impulse wave soon. And it doesn't have to go all the way back down to these lower lows previous to what we've seen in the past around 6,000. Probably see it go back down to around 5,000 or 4,000, which we don't want to see. I don't think that's going to happen yet. It hasn't shown any indicators of it other than the fact that it's obviously in a downtrend, but we were expecting that, being the fact that the handle was going to be forming here. Not only that, we found strong resistance from this flag, and then this was always a resistance level in the past. So a lot of different reasons for why it's going to see resistance at this level and why it did see resistance at its level. There's nothing wrong with that. So somebody said, so much lag. I don't know why there's so much lag. I do apologize. There shouldn't be lag. I will have to fix that soon. Sorry about that. Somebody said, I've restarted my computer, tried fresh install of Windows, bought a different router, and still getting lag. Someone help. That is unfortunate. I'm so sorry. Wow, we might just head over to the NetOwl. Are you guys still lagging? So this is picture lag. Somebody's selling BTC at the market price directly from home, less than 1% of the market price. What can this imply? Why would he be doing this? I'm not sure, Eric. If somebody's selling Bitcoin for less than what it's valued at, just make sure you don't send your money before you get the Bitcoin, or at least have some sort of reliable escrow method. Nick Bannister said no lag. It's just picture lag. Oh, sorry about that, guys. I don't know why it's lagging, but do you guys have any questions? Let's take some questions from the viewers, and then we will do a book giveaway, and then we'll end the stream. Let's do a book giveaway before we go. Good video lag, about 3 seconds ahead of the audio. Okay, thank you, Big B. I have to fix it. I'm still on the road right now, so I'm not at my main, I don't have my main computer with me, so hopefully that will be not present in the future. Somebody says, do you think it will lag if I use Linux, Aaron? How do I become a Sapphire? Alfredo, go on the link and you can actually pull all that stuff up on the link itself. But yeah, I am changing prices soon. So the prices that are there right now are eventually going to increase coming in March. I had to delay the time frame because we had a lot of people say, hey, I didn't know it was going to change and such like that. But we are going to be changing all of the prices soon. So that will be in March. Prices will all increase. If you have the current price, though, locked in, you keep that. So if you have that's why they're all called grandfather right now. If you go on our Patreon, everything is called grandfather because that means you grandfather yourself into this. So you don't ever have to change, your prices will never change. So that's why it's called grandfathered right now. But you can see eventually we're going to have like snipers, and that's going to change everything. So we've already grandfathered one of them, the silver level. You can't do that anymore. You can't participate in that, but you can still participate in the grandfathered gold, sapphire, ruby, emerald, and diamond. Somebody says, is there any ICOs you can recommend looking into? Trigger Hoppy. a couple of them, you know, I'm really looking at a lot of them right now, to be honest with you. I'm also looking at a couple ones. I talked about this before, but the Odyssey protocol, Titanium, and another one is actually called Omega 1. So those are a couple of them that I've been looking at. But sorry for the lag, guys. I'm going to actually go ahead and we're going to end this and head straight to our Sapphire and Above Night Owl tonight. That's going to be happening in our Discord here under Sapphire Plus. You can see we got a couple people here right now. And we're just going to kind of go from there, guys. Sorry for the lag. Sorry if the stream was not like always. I am on the road right now. I'm working. I actually went to our developer, the one developing our website. I actually met up with him in a different state. I left California to meet with him. So anyways, yes, thank you so much for watching, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this stream. We're going to be heading over to our Sapphire and Above Night Owl. I'll see some of you guys there. You're very welcome, Mr. Ebenezer, John L., Nicholas, Seth. Oh, somebody said book. Yes, book. So here's the giveaway question for the book giveaway. We're going to be giving away The Internet of Money. It's actually this book right over here. And the question to the Internet of Money giveaway is going to be this. What does, what was Nano's old name? I said it in the live stream. What was Nano's old name? The Nano coin, the ticker $NANO. What's the old name of that coin that was now rebranded into Nano? Let's go ahead and see what people respond to. Let's go and pull up the chat. I'm just going to pick somebody. That cool kid Nate said, see ya, brother. Take care, man. Let's see who gets this right. Somebody said 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pick this person. All right. I counted to 6. Ricky Sticky. You won. Ricky Sticky. Ray Blocks. If you message me on Twitter, I will verify your account, and then we'll go ahead and send you that book. So congratulations, Ricky Sticky. And then other than that, guys, thank you so much for watching on Twitch, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube tonight. Sorry for the lag. We're going to make sure to fix that soon. But if you guys need anything, get on our Discord. I'll be on Discord. Tonight, I'm going to be on Discord. We're going to be in our Sapphire and Above Night Owl, which is going to be extremely intimate and small. I just want to talk to a couple people today. You can see we've got, oh, I actually got quite a bit of people now. So can't wait to see you guys there in the Sapphire and Above Night Owl. If you guys aren't there right now, just click the Patreon link. You can become a Sapphire, and then you can connect your Discord. And we're going to get started with this in about 10 to 15 minutes. So hopefully you guys can connect on this. You can connect your microphones, turn on your push to talk on voice and video, click push to talk, and you guys can actually interact, talk to me, ask me questions, and literally ask me questions, because we're going to have so little people there that you guys can ask me questions specifically towards you and what you need help with. And I might even get on a live stream and just do a couple different things for each and every one of you guys, a couple of lessons, and maybe even more than just that. So thank you guys so much for watching tonight, and like always, sorry for the lag, guys. I'm really working hard on this website. It's coming out really good. If you guys were in our Ruby and Above Night Owl the other night, we showed the website a little bit of a sneak peek, but I can't wait to release the actual version, the actual first phase of it. It's really going to help a lot of you guys. It's going to be an awesome resource. That's all I'll say. It's going to be an awesome resource. So, Snipers out.